Well, I'm sitting together with Chris Fleck, and well, I'm interested in his take on various topics. We will discover later on what these topics are. So, Chris, can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure, Ruben. So, Chris Fleck, I'm Vice President of Solutions Development with Citrix, and got a particular interest in the mobile devices and the whole mobility topic, and what Citrix can do to help customers and partners there.
Mm-hmm. What is Citrix doing in this mobile device space, in this device space?
Well, the most visible thing we're doing is making receiver available everywhere. So we're basically building different flavors of receiver so that it can be installed from the App Store or the Marketplace or even preloaded in some cases. And really that's part of our strategy, is to make receiver pervasive so that IT folks and users don't have to deal with the issues of how to connect to their work environments.
Yeah. In the keynote of Mark Templeton, we saw the HTML5 receiver.
Yes.
Is it already released, or will it be released?
It's not released yet, but it will be released.
Cool.
Certainly, initially it'll be tied with the Chromebooks and the browser there, but we'll go beyond that as well. Going forward, so you can expect to have a.
Did you already played with a Chromebook? Do you have a Chromebook yourself?
I played with it. Don't have it myself. I wasn't one of the winners.
Well, I was. I was lucky bastard.
So yeah, I certainly have played with it. I play with everything.
Yeah.
So and it is interesting to see. I think that will take a certain segment of the market that could make use of something that's that simple without the overhead.
So you're happy with playing all these kind of gadgets and things, well?
Well, it's a hard job, but somebody has to do it.
What are the new gadgets, new things you work with, or what you've seen so far?
Well, certainly one of them that I really like, that probably a lot of the folks that follow us know, is the Motorola Atrix.
Yeah.
The Atrix is really crossed the hurdle of the first real Nirvana phone that allows you to plug it into a large display, high-res display, use a full-size standard keyboard and mouse, and interact with a virtual desktop from anywhere.
So I know what the Nirvana phone is.
Sure.
You are the inventor of the Nirvana phone concept, actually, from my perspective.
Yeah.
What is the Nirvana phone for the people who don't know what the Nirvana phone is?
Sure. So the Nirvana phone is everybody knows. For example, a smartphone is that came about from the combination of a cell phone and a PDA, and when those got put together, this new name convention and legitimate was defined around, okay, a smartphone is this combined device of a PDA and a cell phone. What we define the Nirvana phone to be is take a smartphone a step beyond that, give it the ability to output at high resolution to a full-size display, and connect with a full-size keyboard and full-size mouse, and in effect it becomes a thin client.
Thin client in your pocket.
A thin client in your pocket, access to virtual desktop, access to web apps, access to basically any information you've got in the cloud.
Yeah, makes sense. What do you think about mobile device management? Is mobile device management needed? So mobile devices are really ramping up in enterprises, right. Consumers.
Sure.
So I see 4 or 5 customers within PKR who have demand for mobile device management.
Right.
What's your take on that?
So I think it really depends on the customer. With customers that have regulated industries and have real high security concerns, there's a legitimate need for mobile device management. On the other hand, what we're focusing on is more around managing the apps and the data and the users, and not the devices, because what we see going forward is more of the bring your own scenario. We see customers we talk to and CIOs we talk to, they love the idea of not having to deal with the endpoints. They love the idea of centrally managing and controlling things and not worrying about all the endpoints. So, that's what we're going to focus on, is how to enable that and enable safe bring your own kind of scenarios. But I recognize there's definitely situations where mobile device management makes sense, and we play nice with MDM. So
Yeah.
If somebody wants to use receiver with a mobile device management platform, that's fine.
That's okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. You mentioned security and mobile devices.
Right.
Do you have an opinion about virtualization of the mobile platform?
Yeah. So, as you might know, last year we actually made an investment in a company called OK Labs that provides a Type 1 hypervisor for mobile device. And quite frankly, we think it's still really early there. So we're interested. That's why we made the investment. But we didn't buy the company. We're still looking at this space. There's a real.
What are the use cases for that, or potential use cases?
Sure. Well, a potential use case is similar to Zen Client, where you've got the two virtual machines, and you could have a personal one and a corporate one, and conceptually that makes sense. The problem is when you get to a mobile device, you're really constrained on power, on CPU. You're constrained on memory. You're constrained on battery life. So
it's not that easy.
It's not that easy. Correct. And it's definitely early. And we're looking again at other ways to manage the environment that would deliver apps and data without having to provide a full VM.
Yeah.
We think that's a lot of overhead.
Makes sense. Well, Christmas is along. It will take a while before it's Christmas, but what's on your wish list for buying a new device?
Good question. Well, so there will be more Nirvana devices this year. I can predict that. You can imagine that. In fact, Gizmodo this morning talked about a phone plugging into a tablet shell. So that sounds like a good candidate, doesn't it? So I think there's just going to be more and more opportunities, examples, and it will be a great year for mobile devices, and I think it's just going to continue the pressure on IT to figure out how to support all this, because users are going to buy a variety of those things, and they're going to bring them to work, and they're going to ask for support, or they're not going to ask. They're just going to try to figure out how to do it without IT's help. So, what we want to do is try to enable that safely.
Cool. Well, thanks for your time, Chris. And I'm pretty sure that this is a really hot market, that we'll see each other later on as well.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ruben.